timi we translate as honor, in ancient Greek, time, and philotimin, to love, timi, which is an ancient word, is usually translated by us moderns as to be ambitious, to have ambitions. But of course, as you see from the way Greek speakers today use the word to philotimo, the loving of timi, thing. I'll say thing because it is to philotimo. So this thing of loving honor is not just some abstraction. It's something very, very specific to every individual's set of aspirations, goals, and therefore it's very status conscious. Who am I in relation to everybody else in society? That's what to philotimo is. And I'm not a Greek, but I'm a philhellene, and I just know as a philhellene that I would never want to hurt the philotimo of a Hellene. That would be a mistake, a big mistake. And of course, getting along in society is to respect each other's philotimo. And I managed to say all of this without saying the word ego, which is Latin, ego, in Greek, ego, and egoismos, but egoismos isn't quite philotimo either. So it's a very, very beautifully intangible thing, because everybody has their own idea of what honor is and what it is to be honored by people in your society.
So many questions there.
It's a beautiful open-ended thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. But you
know, going by Aristotle's distinction of megalopsychia or the kagalos, I mean, where have we lost the art of philotimo, maybe?
It's interesting that philosophers like Aristotle and already thinkers before him would be using words for what it is to be honored in society that seem to be socioeconomic. But the nice thing is, the fascinating thing is, that they break free from the socioeconomic limitations so that it becomes a pure human quality. And irrespective of your station in life in terms of who your parents were or whether your family has money or not. So the socioeconomics disappear. But the words still imply socioeconomics. And can I show it in English? When I translate Aristotle and he says spoudios, spoudeos, or phavlos, phaulos, what do? I say noble, base. And even in English, that has socioeconomic connotations. But clearly, when I say to you, I think you're a noble person, am I thinking of your socioeconomic background? I'm thinking of your morality. It's purely moral. That's what I love about it. And that's the way it is with megalopsychia. It is having a great soul, and no matter how you were born. Even in Homeric poetry, I think you can see it a little bit, since when Odysseus is among the suitors, the men who are trying to marry his wife, they are noble on the surface, but they are base underneath the surface. And similarly, Odysseus is base on the surface because Athena, the goddess, has turned him into the lowliest form of a member of society, a beggar, a panhandler, and yet on the inside, he is the noble one. So nobility on the inside is what's important, whatever you are on the outside.
And one last thing.
Yes.
Since it's been a reflexive term, or it's been very much historically influenced by socioeconomics, as you said, at the time, do you think we should maybe, as Greeks, reinvent the term?
Well, what's nice about the classical 5th century term, kalos kagathos, is that all it says is good looking and good. So in a sense, the socioeconomics, although they're built in if you reconstruct it, but technically it's just morally good and even looking good on the outside. It's not a bad word to play with, but I like even better what we've talked about already, which is megalopsychia, which is having a great soul. That really says it, doesn't it? And it's a Greek word today, just as it was in the 5th century and before. So there's a wonderful continuity of ideals in the Greek language, which is one of the reasons that I'm so fond of it. That's why I'm a philhellene.